This is question number 16 on the June 2015 non-calculator paper. So, looking at this question, it says the table shows information about the times it's taken by 100 people in a fun run. So, what we've got here is a frequency table. We've got groups within the frequency table, and we've got some timings over here. The question says complete the cumulative frequency table. So complete the cumulative frequency table for this information. Now this should be a very, very standard question, right? One that you're very familiar with, one that you are able to do, and you should be able to get full marks in it. For part A, there's only 1 mark, so it is a very straightforward question. I'm going to actually do my workings out and work out the cumulative frequencies over here. So you should know how to do this. The first value is going to be 4. Then I have 4 plus 16 is 20. 20 plus 36 is 56. 56 plus 24, that's 76. 80. Okay, 80 plus 14 is 94. 94 plus 6 is 100. I'm happy with that because they told me that there were 100 people during the fun run. When I get to the bottom, they should all add up to 100. I'm just going to now write those numbers into the respective slots over here. I'm going to go 4, 20, 56, 80, 94, and 100. Okay, so that's my cumulative frequency completed. I'm going to go on to part B now. Now part B is on the opposite page, but we've got the question here. In part B it says, on the grid, draw a cumulative frequency graph of your table. So I'm going to use this table here, right, with the upper bounds, these values here, which is what I'm going to plot on my cumulative frequency graph. Okay. Okay, looking at the cumulative frequency graph, I'm going to now plot my points. So first of all, the first time goes up to 30 minutes and the cumulative frequency for that is 4. I need to make sure I understand this scale. From 0 to 20, there are 10 tiny squares and it goes up to 20. So each one is going to be worth 2. That's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep, that makes sense. So 30 is going to go up to 4, which is 2 squares up, and I've just put a cross there. Make it slightly bigger. Okay, the next one from 40 is going to go up to 20. That's a bit more straightforward. The next one is going to, from 50, is going to go up to 56. So that's 50, 52, 54, 56 is over there. The next one is going to go up to 80 from 60. So 60 is going to go all the way up to 80. The next it's going to go to 94, 70, all the way up to 94. So that's 90, 92, 94. And the final one will go from 80 all the way up to 100. So you should be looking at your table as you're doing this and plotting the upper bounds against the cumulative frequency. Now at this stage, don't join them up with straight lines. Make sure you draw a smooth curve going through them all. I'm just going to turn the paper around so I can actually just use the sweep of my hand to draw the curve through these values, through these crosses. I'll do it in one go and just make sure I have one line going through them. Okay, it doesn't need to be a work of art, but you just need to make sure you've done sufficient to just draw a smooth line, a smooth curve going through all the points. Okay, let's look at part C. Part C says, use your graph to find an estimate of the median time. So they want us to work out an estimate for the median time. Now, one of the things to always bear in mind when you're doing a cumulative frequency is be careful to recognize where it goes up to. In our case, it goes up to 100. that's going to help me work out the median time, because halfway along is to the very top is 50. Now that's not the median time, but of all the 100 people, that's the halfway person. That's the person which is halfway through, and that's going to help me work out the median time. Come back down to the time, and I need to read off that value to give me my median. Now, make sure you understand this. There are 100 that it goes up to. Half of 100 is 50. Go across from 50 down, and then that's going to give you your median time. All right, so we're going to read off that value and write it in the answer space. I'm going to take my time as I read off that value. If we look at this from 40 to 50, there are 10 tiny squares, so that's 45, 46, 47, 48. I'm going to write that in my answer space. 48. Okay, part D. Part D says, use your graph to find an estimate for the number of people who took longer than 63 minutes. Find the number of people who took longer than 63 minutes to run this fun run. Now 63 minutes, if I look along the time axis, that's 60. Remember, that's going to be 65. So 61, 62, 63. I'm going to draw a line up to my cumulative frequency graph and then go along it. Now remember, they said to estimate the number of people who took longer than 63 minutes. So let's have a look at this. Okay, so that value there, remember this is 80, it goes up to 100, so 82, 84, 86. Now according to this, 86 people took less than 63 minutes. The question asks us how many people took longer, and that's going to be this group here. And to work out how many there are in there, I just need to do a subtraction. It goes all the way up to 100, take away 86. A lot of people mess up on this. I'm going to write that in my answer space and work out my answer. So 100 take away 86, that's going to be 14. So my answer for part D is 14. 14 people took more than 63 minutes to actually do the fun run. Now this is a pretty straightforward and standard cumulative frequency question. Make sure you can do it. There's 6 marks up for grabs. Make sure you get them all.